It was none of that. I'm out here by myself. I'm very accessible. So people can take what they want from that, but I have to protect Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, people can form whatever opinion they want. I get it. It doesn't, like, why would you do that? But, you know, until somebody walks in my shoes or goes through something like that I went through in front of everybody, they wouldn't understand.
So the Meg documentary has been going viral for all the wrong reasons. It was a very heartfelt documentary, but it seems like people only took what they wanted to from that documentary. I don't even want to talk about Torey really at all. Let's talk about Kelsey. Kelsey stayed silent throughout that entire ordeal, and she just kept telling us, wait to the court date, wait to the court date. Y'all gonna see what happened. It's all gonna come out in court. And when court finally happened, Kelsey pled the fifth. So she decided to go on this interview where everybody thought that she was going to spill the beans and tell what happened that night. That didn't happen either. All she pretty much said was, I got to protect me. I got to protect my child. One thing she did say that I found was interesting was that Torey was never her man. The media keeps spinning this narrative that Torey was her man. Kelsey said Torey was a friend. And she wishes that Meg would have told her that they both were sleeping with Torey so they could have laughed about it together.
Night, how the friendship ended between you and Meg.
You know, what's crazy is it's still so unclear to me how we got here. Right. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you consider somebody your best friend. You call them your sister. You're with them every day. You know what I'm saying? I would like to say, no, the whole situation of her doing whatever behind my back, that is not why we fell out. It's so unclear to me why we fell out. You know, people grow and everybody has a season. So if that was just the end of our season, I felt like we should have been able to just have that conversation and it would have been fine. You don't have to end in, you know, chaos or can't move on with peace. You know, I'm the type of person that likes to move on with peace. Yeah. She just took that opportunity to just say, like, fuck it. Fuck it. Yeah. Right? So, believe it or not, that was my last time ever seeing her.
Really?
Wow. And it's crazy. How do you go through something like this with somebody, with your best friend, your sister, and you just push them out so easily? I don't know. I'm a different type of person.
I don't know, Kelsey. It could be due to the fact that you are the only person who can dispute all of these stories and tell what happened, but you choosing to stay silent and plead the fifth. It could also be the fact that you took Torey's call the night that everything happened and told him what hospital she was in. I'm just saying. But as y'all can see, she's not mad at Megan at all. She still wants to be cool with Megan. She misses Megan. Does that sound like somebody who got betrayed? No. Her only thing was throughout this whole interview was she wanted her name to be cleared to let everybody know that she didn't do it. But not once did she ever actually say what happened.
Yeah. To my knowledge. So yeah, it did end up coming out that night that she had been betraying me or whatever. And of course it's like, damn, why it had to come out like this? Like, we should be able to, you should be able to come to me and say this. That way we can laugh in these niggas' faces, not these niggas laughing at us.
Supposed to be on the same team.
Right, exactly. And so, but for me, it's never about, like, I'm not fixing to fall out with nobody behind no guy. Yeah. That's like the last thing.
And let's talk about Kelsey's husband, Darian D. Boy Smith, who she's not really married to. We're going to get into that in a second. But let's discuss this because this is going to help y'all understand why she decided to plead the fifth. Darian D. Boy Smith is a part of 1501. 1501 is the record label that Megan sued. During the time when Megan was going through this trial with Torey, she was also going through a different separate legal case with her record label 1501. And while all of that was transpiring, Kelsey was over there making a baby with someone from that record label. Now, Kelsey and Megan was best friends. Y'all think Kelsey didn't have a clue? The things that Megan was going through with that record label, you think she didn't tell her best friend what they were doing to her? I probably wouldn't want anyone around me like that either. I wouldn't want you around so you can go back and telling them what I got going on. So yeah, Megan probably did use this as a perfect opportunity to let Kelsey loose. Kelsey was literally in a relationship with this man the night of the shooting. She was not with Torey at all. He was a friend, in her own words.
How did you meet Torey?
I met him at an industry event.
I'm sure he's
What was that like? You got this 5'2" guy walking up to you.
Honestly, like I don't have, other than obviously the infamous night, I don't have nothing bad to say about him. Yeah.
So how did he get Kelsey?
How did he get Kelsey? You know, out of respect for, y'all know I'm in a relationship, and that was years ago. I don't even want to elaborate on that.
Okay.
A headline came out. Kelsey's husband was present.
Mm-hmm.
You see, what people don't really know is they were trying to connect certain dots that just wasn't connecting because of my boyfriend's association with, just people in the industry.
Okay.
So they were trying to make it something that it wasn't. Kelsey's husband was present, and her husband is connected to this person, and this is why she did that, because you know what I'm saying, shit like that. And I'm just like, bruh, y'all is reaching.
So there are several key points to take away from the one and only interview that Kelsey decided to do. Number one, there were a lot of black blogs that reached out to her. She turned them down. She decided to go on a Latin blog, which is fitting because she is half Mexican. So y'all got to understand the bias. I wasn't able to, forget that. I'm going to go ahead and insert some of the clips of some of the rude things that this host was saying about Meg, being very discriminatory towards her because of her height and, just calling her out of her names and stuff like that. So the people who hosted this podcast were very biased towards Meg, and they even tried to bait Kelsey into saying rude things about Meg, and she wouldn't do it. But another key point is that Kelsey is literally saying, hey, I was there, I know what happened, but I'm not going to speak about it because I have to protect myself, have to protect my image, and I have to protect my child. And I do find it weird that, she's talking marriage and she has a child with someone who was a part of Meg's former record label. I think that that's a conflict of interest. And I also think that had she gotten on the stand, that piece of evidence would have been presented. So she chose to stay silent. I also think that, you have to question whether or not her spouse is the one telling her to keep quiet, because they do not like Meg. And it's so funny because when you go on his page, he has Erica Banks all on his page. He's Erica Banks' manager. And Erica Banks has this long, ongoing, imaginary feud with Meg. She's always coming for Meg, and Meg pays her dust. I've never seen Meg clap back at her, not once. So everybody that has to do with 1501, they got, this imaginary beef with Meg, even the people who weren't even involved, in the contract. I also find it weird that she said that she wishes that there was a tape so the tape could clear her name. Baby, you can clear your name. Clear your name. Talk about it. She refuses to say what happened. And for all of the people who are like Team Torey, I try not to talk about Torey in this video because I don't even really want to focus on that. But I do have one question. How did y'all go from saying that Meg never got shot to, oh, well, Meg did get shot, but it wasn't Torey, it was Kelsey, but y'all still support Kelsey? Like, she's still able to walk around freely. Y'all are not mad at her. Y'all don't care about the fact that she pled the fifth. She, she got dealings with Nicki Minaj. As soon as Bigfoot came out, she was sharing Nicki Minaj's music, and then her and her boyfriend did like a remix to it and all type of stuff. So I didn't want to make this video about Torey. I just wanted to focus on Kelsey because those of you who are Torey fans, y'all are diehard Torey fans, and I'm not trying to change y'all mind. I don't got nothing to do with it. But the only thing that I want to know is, like, do y'all truly support Torey or do you just dislike Meg? Because if you were truly a Torey supporter, then how could you not call out Kelsey? How could you not question Kelsey? How could you support Kelsey? It really just doesn't make sense to me. And again, I personally don't think Kelsey did it. I think Torey did it, but I'm not here to convince y'all of that. So let's not make the comment section about that. I don't want to debate and go back and forth about that. I want to talk about the eyewitness who was there and who hasn't said anything. Why do you think that is?
She's a big girl. She's probably always looking down on people.
I totally agree with that. Not the big girl part. Not the big girl part. The part about, she knows my true character.